This video is made possible by the following sponsors. Make sure to check them out, show them some love, and of course, enjoy the video.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Hooncorp HQ. So I've had a few weeks now, just over a week now, to sort of get over the 24-hour that we just did. Of course, the Pulsar and the Commodore, and that was a race and a half, wasn't it just? But we had a bit of time now to sort of eat, sleep, fart, just chill out, and just generally get over it all, get over the excitement. And now we're back here in the Hooncorp HQ, and we're doing a bit of damage assessment because both cars, they didn't exactly get out scot-free, did they?
No, mate, unfortunately they didn't come out of it unscathed, and plenty did happen during the time of that massive Mount Everest of motorsport, Nathan. The 24-hour non-stop race. If it's your first ever motorsport event and you actually do it, then I'll say hats off to you, because it is huge. And like you said, we had a few panel issues, we had some mechanical issues, and we were looking forward to some great results, and we got a result, but not quite the result we wanted to. But that's the way it is. Let's talk about some of the things that happened to us during the race, and why don't we start with the Pulsar?
What can you say about the Pulsar? Great little car. Craig, awesome job when you prepped it last year, and still going great today. We were going really well. We started dead last, as we always do. We like to start dead pretty last and work our way forward, because the accidents usually happen in front of us. And the little car got started 54th and got through to 14th, and the team just smoking it. Unfortunately, an incident happened, and this happened, and it was one of those ones I like to think that was unavoidable, but of course it's always avoidable if we sit on the couch, but it was unavoidable on the racetrack, and these things happened. So the bonnet's taken a pretty good little knock there. We've had to pull out all the front to, like the little rubber thing hanging off here, a little bit there, it shows the industry. We had to pull the front apart a little bit. This is just a cosmetic support panel here. This is the radiator support panel here. It's pretty bent, but this is the biggest concern, is this front part of the subframe there is bent around, and just in this little front rail here, there's quite a bit of damage in there, and it's not good, but never mind, these things happen. We can see the level of excitement that was raised in the accident. It's so much so excitement that the radiator was, this is the aircon radiator. I always run aircon radiators because, as you can see, they protect the radiator itself, and this did a fantastic job of that. Unfortunately, it's pushed into the main radiator, and then if you look just at the top here, there's a little bit of damage there, and of course that's what was terminal for the car, so we had to come in and change the radiator. And the bumper here has done a good job. I'll just quickly show you how bad it is in the bumper. I think you might have seen the other shots. But it's all pretty throw it away, never going to use that again bumper, but that's the way life is. And luckily we didn't have the genuine Ortec bumper on there. Talking about the engine seems to be okay, but it did actually have an engine mount issue. This is actually quite a new mount, just down here. I don't know if you can see those splits in the rubber there, and around the side there and everything as well. And after the incident, the guys are complaining not long later that there was movement in the gear changes. That'll be why, as well as the just general gear change in that itself. But look, the car's done really well. It survived 2 24s. It's the only time I've used it. We took it to Taupo, and it was just there for a little bit of a parts car, which is as it ended up being. We even used the spark plug lead and a few bits out of it. And these things happen. So, we'll move on. We're going to have to assess it, and obviously get our mates at the body shop to have a look at the car and see how bad it is. But it's a long way from dead, this car, the little N15 Pulsar. So stay tuned on this one.
And the Commodore, meanwhile, kept out of the excitement a bit more. There wasn't as many big crashes and bashes, but unfortunately she did end up being pretty terminal. Engine came knocking, and we at Hooncorp, we've never not finished a race until now. But that's okay, but let's just have a look at some of the damage, because like we said, neither of the cars came out scot-free, and in particular there's this one here. So what happened here was went up on the inside of a Levin, and you can see here there's pretty much pit maneuvered the car, and there's big grazes up here, and it sort of biffed this general area. But then that wasn't the end of it. If you actually come around here, you can see the Levin was here. It would have actually been spun all the way around here, and it's actually tagged the Commodore again on this side. This is the bigger of the hits. You see all the cracked bog, and it's got all the steel, and it's all paint's cracking off, and it's all looks quite nasty. But then it's also carried on and done a nice little strike through our signage here. So in one swift maneuver, it managed to tag 3 of the 4 quarters of the Commodore. Never mind, we can fix this, but of course the big one was the motor. Eventually, at around sort of 8 AM, 8 in the morning, after about 17 hours of racing, the old Commodore finally said, that's enough, waved the white flag, and motor was done for. So that sort of remains to be seen right about now. Do we put another motor in it? Do we put a completely different motor in it? Or maybe the old girl's time is just finally up. Actually, that does bring me to another point. We did mention before the race that there was a big milestone coming up for the Commodore, and we touched on this just before the race actually started, that there was a big milestone coming up, but we never actually told you what the milestone was. If this car survived past 7 a.m, it would have completed 100 hours of Lemons racing. Luckily, it died at about 8 a.m, so we can tell you that the old Commodore survived a total of 102 hours Lemons racing on the same motor, the same gearbox, mostly the same internals. Of course, there were a few diff swaps here and there, but by and large, this thing has done a tremendous service to us. So what does that mean? Like I said, we don't know yet, but there's just too many options right about now with the old Commodore. So I think the big question is, can we fix these?
Well, Pulsar's easy. Pulsar's a little bit of panel, possibly a bit of structural, and some minor mechanical, but I'm pretty confident. It's had an oil leak, so a few things to sort out on that one, but yeah, the Pulsar's definitely a fixer. Commodore?
It's a bit of a tougher one. Like I said, there's too many of the motor's rooted, so
knackered.
It's going to need a new motor. Like I said, do we use the same motor? Do we do something a bit sillier? There are multiple options on the Commodore, so we'll just
a
lot of panel. She's had a rough life, the old VN. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
We've got the other Lucino there too, the other Nissan. I mean, if the Commodore doesn't make the grade anymore, then the Lucino, it's easy, just needs an engine, it's mint.
There are plenty of options. And of course, September is only 4 months away. That's not a lot. That's not a long time.
3.5 months away. That's where you put the
stop
thing on the
it.
thing. 3.5 months
Stop
away. Remember you
it.
did that to me when I did that other. Well, yeah, it's only 3.5 months away. 6th of September. It's a 3-dayer. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's an easy one to do. If you're keen on getting involved in 24-hour lemons, you've sat on your hands long enough. You're sick of eating potato chips on the couch. Give us a call. Get in touch with 24 Hours of Lemons NZ. Not Le Mans, it's Lemons. So please make sure you do that one. It's all one letter, LEMONS, 24 Hour of Lemons. Don't do the long thing. But yeah, we're keen. We want to do something for September. Don't know what just yet. It's really up to you. If you want to get in there and support us, and if you've driven before, you want to drive, and we had a really good team. We had a really good pit, man.
We had like a dream team. That was awesome.
That pit was awesome. We had 10 fantastic people, 8 fantastic people, and us 2 Muppets. But we really enjoyed it, and would like to see if you want to get involved with us as well. If you want to come and help out, if you want to drive, or other things like that, give us a call. But definitely get in touch with Lemons as well if there's something you want to help out from that side of the event too. So plenty of things to think about.
Plenty of things, and just remember, guys, even if you're not the fastest driver out on the grid, you're still going faster than everybody else on the couch. Cheers, guys.